Hi guys, welcome back to Empower Black Doula. Today's topic is going to be how to become a doula. I get this question a lot and I feel like it's very loaded, but I think it's something important that we talk about. So let's get started.
Tell me what you
Hi, my name is Keisha. I am a mentor, birth and postpartum doula, and childbirth educator, and welcome back to my channel. So we're going to get started on how to become a doula. These are just some things that I've learned in almost 4 years of being a doula, and I just want to share with you guys. So let's get started. So I have a tablet, so if you see me looking down a little bit, that's what I will be looking at. So yeah. It's just to make sure that I'm keeping up and staying focused with what I need to be talking about, right? So first things first, before we get into anything, right? I want to talk about the most important portion of becoming a doula is what kind of doula do you see yourself being? So there are so many different types of doulas. There's birth, there's postpartum, there is holistic, there is abortion, there is death doulas. There's so many different types of doula, full spectrum doulas. There's so many different levels of doulas. So I think the first step is trying to figure out what type of doula you want to be before you do any training. Learn from my mistakes, okay? I literally just Googled a doula and whatever came up first, I signed up for the training. So learn from my mistakes, figure out what doula you want to be. Second things up that I want to talk about is that as a doula, our only purpose is to be supportive. Like, I know that, you know, we may have our own different way of doing things with our own children. Some of us may have went for a home birth, but everybody is not meant to birth their children at home. Everybody doesn't want to birth their children at home. Everybody doesn't believe in the same parenting styles and all those different things. So how I run my doula, business is I'm very particular on the fact that you need to know that your purpose is being supportive. So regardless of what your opinion is or whatever the case may be, just be supportive. That is the biggest thing for me. So that is number 2. Number 3, doula training can be helpful, but it's not a requirement. There is no requirement that you have to be trained to start as a doula. For me, I got into it at a very young age. Before I even knew what a doula actually was, I started loving birth at 16 years old. I got the opportunity to be a part of 3 family and friends births. I believe one of them I was after 18, but I had the opportunity to do that. So I was into this world. I was obsessed with birth. Excuse me. I was obsessed with birth way at a young age. And I actually remember that I would watch it on TV. If you grew up like in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, there was this TLC show or something like that called Birth Stories. So I would watch it every chance I got. So that's kind of how I got into wanting to be a doula. So yeah, you don't necessarily need to be trained, but everybody is so different. I know some people like to be trained, but also I want to mention you don't need to be certified either. So just wanted to say that. Another big thing I want to mention is there are no regulations on doulas because we are not medical professionals. So I know there are like a bunch of states that try to put regulations on us. What I mean by that is hospitals, like, oh, they have to be certified through this and that. They can't tell you what you can do. And as a matter of fact, you can literally walk in there and say you are the cousin, you are the sister-in-law, whatever the case may be. You can be whatever you want to be in that room. So I just like to say there's no regulations on doulas. We are not medical professionals. We provide emotional, physical, knowledge support. We also advocate. That's what we do. And when I mention advocate, I just want to mention a little bit that I don't know exactly what most doulas consider advocating. I think me and other people may have a different definition of it, but my idea of advocating is not sitting there and outside with signs and loud and all of that. My idea of advocating is entirely different. Yeah, so I don't really think it's a negative thing to advocate for them. If you're in pain and you're in labor, you need someone that's going to remember your birth wishes and kind of like mention them to the provider when need be. So that's what we're there for. If you're a doula and you disagree, but that's just my personal opinion. Why are people hiring us if we're not at least saying what their birth wishes are if they can't talk, you know? Now, I am going to put on a screen some doula organizations that I would recommend taking, but it's all up to you depending on what type of doula you want to be. Because if you want to be a holistic doula, you might take this training. If you want to be a full spectrum doula, you might take this training. So it'll always be up to you, but I will put some suggestions on the screen and then you can kind of go from there. But everybody is different with what type of doula training they want to do. So yeah, that is how to become a doula. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. You can post them in the comments. I would love to hear. I also want to mention, while we are talking about mentorship, I have an 8-week mentorship that starts November 7th. We're going to go over how to support during labor, how to get started on the business end, social media. We're going to also talk about advocating and working with staff and prepping your client for hospital birth. I'm going to provide you with contracts, birth plans, all of that. It's going to really help jumpstart your doula career. So if you're interested, I will put a link below in the comments for you to go, well, in the caption or, you know, bio, whatever that is under there. I'll put that there so that you can click on it and you can actually sign up for a consultation. It's totally free for you to discuss with me, get started. There are payment plans available. The program is $500. You need about $250, which is half, to get started, and then the remaining is due by the second session. So yeah, I'll put that link below for us to talk a little bit more. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know. I'm always here. And yeah, see you guys soon. And thank you for watching. Yeah, bye.
They're different. You must be made for me. Patience.